So now we are on the last tutorial, which is the chapter 11. Chapter 11. Small network topologies. The majority of businesses are small. It is not surprising then that the majority of networks are also small. A typical small business network is shown. With small networks, the design of the network is usually simple. The number and type of devices included are significantly reduced compared to that of a larger network. The network topologies typically involve a single router and one or more switches. Small networks may also have wireless access point or possibly built into the router and IP phones. As for connection to the internet, normally a small network has a single one connection provided by DSL, cable, or an Ethernet connection. Managing a small network requires many of the same skills as those required for managing a larger one. So the majority of work is focused on maintenance and troubleshooting of existing equipment, as well as securing devices and information on the network. The management of a small network is either done by an employee of the company or a person contracted by the company, depending on the size and type of the business. So next is device selection for a small network. Device selection for a small network. In order to meet user requirements, even small networks require planning and design. Planning ensures that all requirements, cost factors, and deployment options are given due consideration. When implementing a small network, one of the first design considerations is the type of intermediate devices to use to support the network. When selecting the type of intermediate devices, there are a number of factors that need to be considered. First is the cost. The cost of a switch or router is determined by its capacity and features. The device capacity includes the number and types of ports available and the backplane speed. Other factors that impact the cost are network management capabilities, embedded security technologies, and optional advanced switching technologies. The expense of cable runs required to connect every device on the network must also be considered. Another key element affecting cost considerations is the amount of redundancy to incorporate into the network. So the speed and types of the speed and types of ports or interfaces. Choosing the number and type of ports on a router or switch is a critical decision. Newer computers have built-in 1 GB NICs. 10 GB ports are already included with some workstations and servers, while it is more expensive. Choosing layer 2 devices can also accommodate increased speeds, allow the network to evolve without replacing central devices. So we have expandability. Networking devices come in both fixed and modular physical configurations. Fixed configurations have a specific number and type of ports or interfaces. Modular devices have expansion slots that provide the flexibility to add new modules as requirements evolve. Switches are available with additional ports for high-speed uplinks. Routers can be used to connect different types of networks. Care must be taken to select the appropriate modules and interfaces for the specific media. So for the operating system features and services. Depending on the version of the operating system, the network device can support certain features and services such as we have the security, quality of service or the QoS, the VoIP, the layer 3, the NAT, and the DHCP. So this, from the security, quality of service or the QoS, voice over IP or the VoIP, layer 3 switching, the network address translation or the NAT, and the dynamic host configuration protocol or the DHCP. IP addressing for a small network. When implementing a small network, it is necessary to plan the IP addressing space. All hosts within an internet network must have a unique address. The IP addressing scheme should be planned, documented, and maintained based on the type of device receiving the address. Example of different types of services that will factor into the IP design are: first is end devices for users, servers and peripherals, hosts that are accessible from the internet, and intermediary devices. Additionally, administrators are better able to control access to resources on the network based on IP address when a deterministic IP addressing scheme is used. This can be especially important for hosts that provide resources to the internal network as well. As to the external network, web servers or e-commerce servers play such a role. If the addresses for these resources are not planned and documented, the security and accessibility of the devices are not easily controlled. If a server has a random address assigned, blocking access to this address is difficult, and clients may not be able to locate this resource. Each of these different device types should be allocated to a logical block of addresses within the address range of the network. So now we are done for the last tutorial, which is the chapter 11. I hope you learn a lot from me, and thank you for watching.